Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded at the 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Chubb running right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cook running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Come to my work. Yeah, yeah. Come to my work. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. All right.
From the gun, Fields. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Good job.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll drop the throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Browns.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1.
Let's go. Let's do it. Here we go. Ken Tucson, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They start the drive with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a run with Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Check 26.
On second down, Cook. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A give. This is Cook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Browns drive about to get started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Chubb on first down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds.
There he goes, left side, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Dalvin Cook. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
2nd and 5. It's caught by OBJ. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Mike 29, no chance.
Operating from the gun. Fields into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
An excellent gain, 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. Sanders' kick is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That'll be complete to Cook. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. 15 running. 15 running. F-O. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Hey, we got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. 29 is the Mike. Mike.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Let's go.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Yeah.
On 1st down, Fields. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. 3 buzz. 3 buzz. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Watch the script.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Back to throw. Fields. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
29 is
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
32-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. DeAndre Hopkins, 84 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
29 is Mike 29. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full through.
Looking to throw. Fields. And the pressure gets to him again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. He's going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen...
Under pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 26-yard line. Tyus Bowser make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 29 is the Mike 29. It's been a long day.
From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run it again with Cook.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Fields. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Throwing on first down. Fields setting up the screen for Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. The Browns drive about to get started. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. They're going to clock a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on first and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
At the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Red, 6, orange, general, west.
They run it again with Chubb. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
First down, Cleveland.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. He's made two. He's missed one. This time for the win. And his kick here is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Browns, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a